All right, sorry for the technical difficulties, but we're back in session and we're moving on. This is part two to my informative speech about panic attack disorders. The development of panic attacks can stem as far back as people's own experiences with their upbringing and can also intensify and create other possible stresses. A traumatic event, a major change in your life, smoking or excessive caffeine intake, family history, and child abuse can all stem out and help develop that panic attack disorder. Panic attacks can lead to even more serious issues such as depression, phobias, more anxiety disorders, as well as psychiatric disorders, alcohol or substance abuse, as well as suicide and suicidal thoughts. So it is not taken lightly, for sure. All stimulating the panic and growing it until it blossoms into a full-on disorder is a very serious mayhem and can conquer and devour an individual. The effects of panic attack disorders could definitely lead into bigger problems and definitely impact your life significantly. So, moving on. Treatments as well as medications and different therapies are available for those who suffer from panic disorders. Paul Lee, a lecturer of cognitive science at the University of California, Berkeley, says, "When people feel stress, their sympathetic nervous system typically revs up, releasing energy and preparing the body for action. Then the parasympathetic nervous system steps in and the body stabilizes to a calmer state. If the parasympathetic nervous system is somehow unable to do its job, a person will remain fired up and maintain the experience of a heightened arousal characteristic of panic attacks." According to the AAFP, American Family Physician, a series of medications like antidepressants, such as benzodiazepines, SSRIs, and TCAs are different types of medications that can be used to help better maintain the disorder. Also, cognitive behavior therapy such as exposure therapy, relaxation and stress reduction techniques, as well as role-playing, etc., can be utilized. I myself, for my anxiety, needed exposure therapy, as well as a SSRI known as Zoloft to help the chemicals in my brain balance, and realizing that things that I can't control, I have to still do them. That was what I used for my disorder, relating it back. In knowing that there are resources in place out there to help guide this disorder, it gives a peace of mind knowing that you are not alone with the struggle. Definitely not alone. The commonality of panic disorders alone are means to cause a panic attack. Anxiety disorders are the most common mental illness in the U.S., affecting 40 million adults in the United States ages 18 and older, or 18.1% of the population every year. That doesn't seem like a lot. But anxiety disorders are highly treatable, yet only 36.9% of people suffering receive treatment. It is not uncommon for someone with an anxiety disorder to also suffer from depression or vice versa. Nearly 1/2 of those diagnosed with depression are also diagnosed with an anxiety disorder. So definitely leads to bigger complications. It doesn't just stop there. After following this presentation, I hope that you may have found a little bit more of a better understanding of panic attacks and how they work. Knowing now they can come about and what symptoms they may be carrying. Also, the medical treatments and methods that can be used whether before, during, or after they have come on. And lastly, the amount of people that suffer from them and who may not even know it. Educating ourselves and those around us on panic attacks allows people to grasp all aspects of anxiety in the form of this disorder, which then allows for a better understanding of behavioral health in general. It is a step in the right direction and really understanding all spectrums of behavioral health. It's just as important as your physical health, happy brain, you need it. Circling back to sitting on that couch, during the COVID-19 crisis, when you hear yourself cough and the panic starts to set in, perhaps relaxing, controlling your breathing, taking a prescribed prescription, exposing yourself and realizing that there's nothing you can really do about it, and just take the next step. Put your mind, if you can, in a better place. there's definitely techniques you can use to better maintain control over what is uncontrollable, as I like to say. In my case, whenever I feel this attack coming on, I always tell myself, I can't control it. I can't. I can only do what I can do in the now and do the best that I can. And focusing on my breathing and trying to just calm myself and put myself in a better state, as well as my medications, have definitely helped me in that aspect. The fact that you know it is coming will allow you to better control how you react. And knowing it and knowing what it is and understanding it, it'll definitely be more of a peace of mind. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry that this was split into 2 videos, but I hope that you definitely took away something from this. Thank you. Bye-bye.